grown in the community, and my passion for computer science is bigger than it's ever been. In just 1 year, I've gotten to experience so much in the STEM community, specifically related to computer science and engineering. Not only did I further my knowledge in code, but I got to experience the environment that this community has, and it's pretty amazing. This past summer, I was accepted to Code with Clossie, a 2-week camp hosted by the Victoria's Secret supermodel, Carly Kloss. Now, not only did I get to meet her, which was super cool, but I was able to experience female empowerment within the program. We met the CEO of Cadre, a company founded by Jared and Joshua Kushner, and we also met Lori Beer, the global CIO of JP Chase. Now, each company representative spoke about the environment that a computer scientist would work in. So I want to ask you, what does a computer scientist look like to you? Is it a person sitting in solidarity, typing away? Because that is a common misconception about the computer science community. You see, computer scientists actually collaborate and talk when coding. It helps them expand their creative minds. Lori Beer said that at JP Morgan, a computer scientist will spend 3 hours a day coding and 4 hours a day collaborating on code. So overall, Code with Clossie was an amazing experience, which inspired me to keep pursuing computer science. So then, this past September, I applied and got into the University of Pennsylvania Hackathon, PennApps. And there I saw a bunch of different people with different interests and different passions. But one thing was constant between all of them. And that was their passion to use technology to advance their cause and their passion for a certain subject. One group used Python and data analytics to predict algorithms. One even used Django to create a program focusing on the medical field. Now, this event wasn't just for high schoolers. I was coding alongside those from MIT, Carnegie Mellon, University of Pennsylvania, and more. The workshops were of a higher level, but they were so informative and demonstrated the endless possibilities of code. It was intense, to say the least, but being surrounded by such avid coders, people who share the same passion as I do, was inspiring. I met new people who I still keep in touch with today, that take the time and help me and teach me new things about technology. And that's when I realized, the crux of computer science is the code. Yes, that can change the world, but it's also the community and the people in STEM. You see, as I immersed myself in the STEM community, I experienced the open, supportive community that we had. I had the passion, the drive to go further and learn more, but it was the people around me who love computer science as much as I do, who pushed me further. Take East Brunswick First Robotics, for example, a team that I have spent countless hours with. That club, that family is irreplaceable. Every meeting we learn from each other, we teach each other, and I can say that I have become a better engineer because of all of them. Our robot Otis, who you will meet tonight, was created all out of raw materials. There was no instruction manual. We had to build it all ourselves. We made mistakes. We learned from our failures, but in the end, we came out stronger. EB First team members are what you could say addicted to engineering and robotics. You see, EB First was founded on the principles of family and teaching others. It was built as a place where everyone could come and participate. There's a place for everyone on the team. And it's come to the point where many of us don't see that this meeting would be a regular club meeting, but a place that we want to be, that we crave to be. And that's when you know that you truly love something. When work becomes fun, enjoyable, and entertaining. I have made so many friends, made so many relationships from EB First. I still keep in touch with graduated seniors, and these people have impacted me in more ways than one can think of. These people encourage me to keep creating, to keep learning. See, I create these STEM nights because I feel that all students, especially females, should learn and be educated and have the opportunity to experience STEM as I have. Personally, there are lessons that books and videos can't teach us when it comes to engineering. You have to physically work with the material. I remember the previous president of robotics sitting me down and teaching me for hours. I learned how to solder, how to create custom parts. I learned about SLAM technology and LiDAR systems. He introduced me to new tools. He taught me how to wire a robot's electrical panel. And those are unique and unforgettable experiences and lessons that have changed my life, that will stay with me forever. And that's what we do at STEM Nights. As the robotics team, we bring our motors and our tools and we have you guys play with them because only then will you see the full impact of engineering and really get a sense of what we do. We bring laptops to teach you how to code. We bring our robot to show you what you could build if you pursue robotics. We teach you and expose you to STEM in hopes that you will gain interest and develop the same passion that all of us do. And that, ladies and gentlemen, that is the power of STEM. It brings people together. Because look around. We're here to either teach, learn, or lead STEM. We're here to build the STEM community. And that is powerful, can change lives, and can build a better world. Thank you. And now it is with great pleasure for me to introduce one of my friends and the president of East Brunswick First Robotics, ladies and gentlemen, Rishi Taparia.
Thank you, Kayla. And as she said, I'm Rishi Taparia, one of the current presidents of EB First. Here to talk to you about the inspiration that STEM can have. So to talk to you about this, I'll take you back to when I was in about 6th grade, watching History Channel. They had a series back then called The Universe, which talked about different aspects of our universe, stars, galaxies, and all that, and what physics principles underlie them. So if we see over here, this is called the Snow Angel Nebula. That's probably my personal favorite. And this picture was taken by the Hubble Space Telescope, which is basically the biggest space telescope that we have to use right now. And if you see, the quality of this picture is better than the quality of some of your cameras have. And this galaxy is 2,000 light years away. To put that into perspective, our sun is 8 light minutes away. So it takes light, the fastest thing in the universe, 8 minutes to go from the sun to here. It takes light 2,000 years. So we can adjust about now to go from here all the way to us. And yet Hubble can take such a high definition photo. And this is because of the advancements in physics that have been made over the past century. And these kind of advancements and learning about what principles govern our lives is what got me hooked onto physics. But the issue is, most of physics, the cool stuff in physics, is locked into these 3 categories here. And you can see, if you look at these values, they're very big or very small. So the issue is that, even though, no matter how much I've read, I couldn't apply that knowledge. It got stuck in my head, stored in my head, and kind of stayed there. Just kind of grew as time went on, read more. And that was the issue that I found as 6th, 7th grader. No way for me to apply my knowledge. But then as 8th grader, I participated in RoboCup Junior. So RoboCup is a competition using Lego Mindstorms. Teams of 2 try to code the robot to follow a line and rescue a victim at the end, which is basically like a plastic ball or something. And this was the first time I was able to apply some of my knowledge. I was more the mechanical guy on my team, so I had to design the robot so that we could get a really fast time, obviously faster time, more points, but at the same time, I had to make sure I had enough power to make it up the hills, or you see here, this is an obstacle over here. It's hard to see, but there's an obstacle there. And I had enough power to go over the obstacle, also be high off the ground to go over the obstacle. So this is the first time, I had some experience working with STEM. But I did it for about a year, then I had to leave because I didn't have the time anymore. So I started to go more into algorithms with C. For a couple of years, algorithm courses. And so over these few years taking algorithm courses, reading more about physics and all that, I was thinking, when I go to college, I'll probably double major in physics and comp sci, classic, Pathan and Indian. And that was like, that's how it was until I hit 10th grade, where everything changed for me. Starting with, I took my first STEM class. And the biggest thing I learned in these STEM classes in the high school is how to CAD. CAD stands for Computer Assisted Design. And to understand what that is, think of a painter. Every painter has his or her canvas. And whatever this painter can imagine, can think of, whatever comes to their mind, they can paint on this canvas. CAD is an engineer's canvas. Whatever an engineer can imagine, no matter if it's manufacturable or not, no matter how small, how big, they can use CAD to design it. This is an example here of a radial engine. This is the type of engine that we use in propeller aircraft. It was used in World War I, World War II to get those planes to up to over 500 kilometers an hour, and it was designed in CAD. So that's, first time, this allowed me to express my creativity. Now, obviously I couldn't create as complex designs as this, but I started venture out. I designed my own whack-a-mole game, designed my own robot that could follow a line. This time it was made out of, not using Lego Mindstorm, it was made using I had to cut the wood myself and assemble it together. And I did that because of the CAD I learned. Then I also took my first form of physics courses. And this allowed me to learn, the actual math and the actual fundamentals behind what I was reading about in the past. And using this now, I could if I wanted to, I could put my own solar cell. So the solar cell runs something called the photoelectric effect. But the thing is, I didn't know any of the math behind the photoelectric effect. So if I wanted to, as an 8th grader, before I took physics or STEM courses, I couldn't actually go and make my own. But now, I could use CAD, design my own solar cell, buy the parts, run the calculation with the physics knowledge that I gained from class, and I can actually build and test my own solar cell. And then the last thing, probably the biggest impact that I've had was first robotics. Now, this is a picture of our robot. I built this year, you can see it outside after speeches are done. So, FIRST stands for Inspiration, Recognition, and STEM and Technology. And to summarize this, think of it as a varsity sport, but for nerds. If you go to one of our competitions, I guarantee you there's more, there's at least, but if not more, hype than there is at any varsity football game. And it really allows people like me, other nerds like me, to really express ourselves to our fullest. Like, for example, on this robot, you see this elevator over here, what you see outside too. I designed that and myself in CAD for our team. And as a team, we worked together, bought the parts. As Kayla was saying, you manufactured it, put it together, and you see outside, you can go up pretty high. And that's because of FIRST. And because of all this, learning physics, taking STEM courses, doing robotics, that kind of let me truly experience what STEM is. Bringing the science and math and physics, and then technology and engineering from STEM courses and robotics. I was finding, I felt what STEM can do, what STEM is. And it's inspired me now. I changed my mind. I don't want to do physics and comp sci anymore. I'm more interested in going into engineering and something on engineering physics. It kind of blends physics and engineering together. But the only reason it happened is because of the STEM courses that I've taken in this high school, what UB has to offer. And I'm sure that if you guys do at least 2/3 take physics and take STEM courses, do robotics, take physics, 2 out of 3, guaranteed, I'll promise you, you'll be as inspired as me to go into STEM. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Rishi. And at this time, I would like to invite Mr. Andrew Scanlon, the STEM chairperson of East Brunswick Public Schools, to talk to you guys about how you can get involved with STEM in our school.
Thank you, Kayla. First of all, as you can tell right now, I'm not sure what I'm doing, but here we go. As you can tell right now, how impressive these young people are. So Kayla, Rishi, Milo, the Science Honor Society, and EB First. This is all done by them, right? I'm really here just to make things happen. No, really here just to kind of sign the paperwork. These very impressive young people are the ones who have learned all these different aspects of STEM, have designed all of these activities. I mean, how they were super professional in their presentations as well. So really, I think we should give these guys a round of applause because excellent work. And just about Kayla for 1 second, I think, if I remember right, one of the kind of darker underbellies of computer science, engineering, and even a lot of different STEM areas is that it is really a male-dominated career as of right now. So one of my administrative goals is to get more female students involved in computer science and engineering, and one of the ways we were doing this, we were having different ways to promote girls to take these courses. And after one of these events, I met Kayla, and she says, actually I'm the STEM coordinator for the youth council. So I said, okay, that's great. And she said, well, we're starting to think about doing these sorts of things. And from there, really it snowballed into a really great program. So Mr. and Mrs. Wong, you should be very proud of Kayla. She's doing a great job. So, why STEM? I think last year I was reading U.S. News World Report, or one of the big magazines, and I believe 7 out of the 10 majors that had the highest return on investment had the word engineering in it. So for your future, this is definitely a great field to be in. Our program here at Brunswick, I have a monitor in front of me, really kind of starts in the elementary schools. We have put coding units in all the K-5 media places, our media curriculum. We've also started to add some STEM units in there. We're trying to convert the drop-in desktop labs into innovation or STEM labs. Dr. Moran has changed a few things, and now we also have, coming to each elementary school, is every student is going to do their own passion project, or genius hour as they call it, which is where students can investigate really anything they want, and a lot of times it has, it's within the world of STEM. And then we move on to Hammersholt, Churchill, and the high school, where the STEM courses become electives. And quite honestly, I really would put our programs, you can ask the young people here, up against any school in New Jersey, at least, and even a lot of different universities, because we've had plenty of students come in to talk to our students, and the projects that they do in our engineering courses are right on par with them. So they should be proud of that, and I'm very proud of our programs. So really, in a few moments here, Kayla's going to say a couple words, and we're going to have much more fun out there doing some things. But really, thank you all for coming, and thank you guys for setting this up. So, one more, little bit from Kayla.
Thank you, Mr. Scanlon. I just wanted to take a moment